Good morning, students. In the previous chapter, you have learned to group the things. In this chapter, you will learn to separate components of mixtures. In nature, very few substances occur in their pure form. Most of the substances are found mixed with other substances. To obtain pure substances, we need to separate these mixtures. We use many methods to do this, depending on the difference in the properties of these substances. Pure substance means any substance which is made up of only one kind of particles. For example, iron, silver, water, oxygen, they can be taken separately and they are called as pure substances. Now coming to the mixture. When two or more pure substances are mixed together in such a way that each component retains its properties, we call it as a mixture. For example, air is a mixture of gases, dust particles, and water vapors. Sugar solution is a mixture of sugar and water. Brass is a mixture of copper and zinc. The amount of each component in a mixture can vary. Children, you must be seeing this picture. So tea is passed through strainer before serving, and curd is churned to get the butter. So actually, you might have seen namkeens or mixtures containing groundnuts. Some of you who like groundnuts would pick them out and eat them first. Those of you who don't like them would still pick them out and keep them separately. In both the cases, you are separating one component from a mixture to make it more suitable to your taste. A mixture may contain two or more substances in any ratio. These substances are called components of a mixture. We may need to separate components of a mixture for various reasons, such as to remove the undesirable or harmful components. For example, small pieces of stones and unwanted seed grains are removed from rice and pulses before cooking. To remove the impurities as to obtain pure sample of substance, pure substances are needed in medicines, research, industries, and also in daily use. To separate useful components of a mixture so that each component can be properly used. For example, petrol, diesel, and kerosene, etc., are all useful components of crude petroleum. Crude petroleum means the liquid which is dug out from deep inside the earth, and they need to be separated. Now we'll come to the methods of separation. The components of a mixture can be separated by simple physical methods. The choice of method is based on the differences in properties of the components of the mixture. To choose a suitable method for separation, we should find a property of the component to be separated, which is different from that of the other components. Now coming to the first method is hand picking. You can see here. So you must have noticed your mother picking up small pieces of stones, husk or chaff from rice and dal before cooking them. This method of cleaning food is called hand picking. It is used when the mixture contains solids of different colors, shapes, or sizes. It is used only when the component which has to be separated is present in small quantity. Now coming to the next method is threshing. You have been given a bunch of grapes and a bundle of weak stock. How will you separate the stalks in both the cases? In the first case, it is easy for you to remove stalks from grapes. But in the second case, wheat seeds are so small that it is not easy to remove their stalks. Then how does a farmer separate the stalks from green seeds? He uses a method called threshing. The farmer makes bundles of green stalks and keeps them in the sun to dry up. After that, he beats them against a slab of stone to remove the grains. Sometimes the wooden this one cord like structure also can be used to remove to beat the stalk. Nowadays, threshing is done with the help of machines called threshers. Coming to the third method, that is winnowing. After threshing, farmers use this method to remove husk or chaff from grain. Winnowing is based on the property that grains are heavier than husk and hay. This method is used when there is a difference in weights of the components of a mixture. Here, heavier and lighter components are separated by wind or by blowing air. That's why the name winnow. Winnow means here, wind means wind. Then, for example, to separate wheat grains from husk and hay, farmers drop the mixture from a height. So you can see there. So from height, then the lighter husk and hay are carried by the wind and form a heap a small distance around a little away from the person. Then the wheat grains being heavier fall almost vertically to form a separate heap. You can see here two pictures. Next come the fourth method is sieving. So you are well aware of sieving of flour to remove unwanted particles like husk or chaff from it. You might have seen big slanting sieves at construction sites used to remove pebbles and stones from sand before it is mixed with the cement. Are the pores of sieves in both the cases of equal size? You can see here two types of sieves, correct now? So one is actually for the flour. So the atta or flour can be sieved. So the small stones can be separated. Here for sand separation from the stone, it is different. It is little having bigger pores. Next, sieving is used when the size of particles of different components of a mixture is different. The choice of sieve depends upon the size of the particles to be separated. Care should be taken that the size of the pores of sieve should be larger than the smaller component and smaller than the larger components. Now coming to the fifth method, that is magnetic separation. This method is used to separate magnetic component of a mixture from non-magnetic compounds. When a magnet is passed over such a mixture, the magnetic components get stuck to the magnet, whereas the non-magnetic components are left behind. Iron objects can be collected from garbage by using a powerful magnet. You can see there. Children, till now you have learned the 5 methods of separation of substances. Thank you, children.